Hello and welcome back to Yakuza 4. We have finished pretty much everything we can do as Kiryu in Chapter 1, with a few exceptions that require a little bit of money grinding that we're going to leave till later. So, we are going to advance the main story, and we're looking for Majima. But before we do, never mind, I was going to say we can speak to these guys, but we cannot because apparently the cutscene trigger is there. So, there we go. We also know this is going to move us into Chapter 2 because when we skipped it, it gave us a save screen. So, interesting. Oh.
Majima no Nisa.
Is this for him blocking the police out earlier?
Kiryu-chan.
Oi, どこへ行く? 勝手に動くな.
何があったんだ?
うまいことはめられてしもた。これでしばらく身動きが取れへん。
誰にやられた?
大悟や。
お?
なんだって?
堂島大悟や。
大悟が?
おい、勝手に話すな。そこの君を下がりなさい。公務執行妨害で逮捕するぞ。急げや桐生ちゃん。全部の事件はつながっとる。25年前のやつも100億の事件も安子ちゃんのやつもや。
なんだと?
このままやと俺らの登場会が潰されてまう。それに今は安子ちゃんが危ない。お前しかおらん。あとは頼んだで。
Okay, so Kiryu has some threads that he can pull on, and that was all the cutscene was? Wow. But yeah, Kiryu has some threads he can pull on. However, we don't know what Majima was arrested for. We know that Saejima is not with him currently, or he would also be being arrested. We know it was Daigo who called it in. But the question is, why did Daigo call it in? We know that Daigo's basically between a rock and a hard place, and he has to give up Kamurocho Hills, or he has to find Arai. But how does imprisoning Majima help? I guess it could stop. Majima would probably object to Kamurocho Hills being given away. But I don't know if he would necessarily use the police as his answer there. Could it be a ploy? Like, could Majima have asked Daigo to do it for some reason? Is Majima just sending Kiryu to Daigo and using this as his way to do it? I don't know. Anyway. We'll find out in Chapter 3, Encounter. Oh, we were already in Chapter 2. I thought we were in Chapter 1. I apologize. Meanwhile, at the Tojo Clan Chairman's office.
わかった。あ、冴島靖子の捜索はもう手配済みだ。あとは例のファイルが今どこにあるか、それを探し出せ。
Oh.
あ、頼んだぞ。それじゃ。
So this is the higher up person in the police, Munakata. So now he's forcing Daigo to do it somehow. So he must have some dirt he's leveraging.
あなたのご協力で真島を逮捕することができましたよ。これで真島組の邪魔が入らない。感謝します。さあ、あとはあなたがどう決断するか。それだけです。
数日前の上野清和会との抗争、それに5年前の100億事件、全てがあなた方によって仕組まれていたことだったとは未だに信じられません。
だがそれが真実です。もう迷ってる時間はありませんよ、六代目。私はね、堂島さん、極道組織というのは社会の必要悪だと思っているんですよ。敗戦後、日本という国の復興を陰で支えてきたのは警察と極道です。それは間違いありません。我々警察は目に見える犯罪から一般人を守り、秩序を築いた。そして極道は目に見えない外敵を水際で叩き、この国を独立国家として成り立たせた。だからね、私は警察だけが正義だなどと言うつもりはありません。警察と極道は今の今まで常に表裏一体、共に同じ道を歩んできたのですから。だが時代は変わった。本来裏の顔であるはずのあなたたちは、組織が巨大化するにつれ本来の立場を忘れ、表の世界に出るようになった。金を稼ごうとする者も増えてきた。巨大な組織には金が必要だ。しかしそれでは何かとお互いに都合も悪い。だから私はそれを本来の形に修正したいだけなんです。あなたさえ良ければ上野清和会は責任を持って潰します。公の力を使ってきれいにね。裏を取り仕切る組織はあまり多くない方がいい。
その条件が荒いというわけですか？
ええ。この荒井を新たに若頭に昇進させて、我々との窓口にしてほしい。組織の運営は新井が取り仕切ります。あなたは六代目として東上会を守ることができる。どうでしょう。あなた方東上会としては本来敵であるはずの我々と手を組める。悪い話じゃないはずですが。
上野清和会はどうするつもりなんですか？
あの桂木という男がバカでないなら、おそらく彼らは彼らで動き出しているはずだ。私以外の警察上層部との取引の材料を確保するためにね。
材料。
Oh, it's got Saitama.
25年ぶりの再会だな、冴島。
桂木。
年は取ったが、その目は変わらないな。
なんでお前がここにおるんや。
話すのも面倒なくらいいろいろあってね。あんたもいろいろ真島さんから聞かされただろ
お前の目的は何なんや。俺のこと拉致して何になるんや。
まあ心配するな。すぐにあんたを殺そうってわけじゃない。あんたにはまだ生きていてもらうよ。
どうせ殺すんやったら早よやれ。この世にまどろっこしいことして時間使うぐらいやったらいっ っそ死んだ方がマシや。
ほう、随分と潔いな。覚悟はできていると。
当たり前じゃボケが。俺は死刑囚や。25年前のあの日、18人も殺した時から覚悟はできとる。
Of course, he still doesn't know that he didn't actually kill anybody. Which is crazy, because Majima didn't know that. So obviously Taiga doesn't know that. And I'm wondering whether Katsuragi's motive in getting Taiga is to draw Yasuko out, because maybe she's the key to the leverage he needs over the other members of the police. Also, in the previous one, we got Arai's motivation now. So Arai's motivation wasn't necessarily just to work with the Ueno Seiwa to get a rise and the Shibata family to get a rise up the ranks, but it's to get a rise up the ranks via the police connection that they have. So the Ueno Seiwa may have thought they had a deal with him, but actually he had another deal with the next people up the chain. So he's basically playing everyone the whole way along. What's interesting to me, though, is that Daigo, or at least how we understand the Ueno Seiwa deal with the Tojo and the Tojo clan and them, is that it was a deal of equals when it was first signed, but now the Tojo clan is massive, and, in theory, is so much more powerful than the Ueno Seiwa clan. So, it's basically a deal that's being held up by honor, right? It's a deal there where the Tojo clan are like, we said we would do this, and therefore we're going to do this. But now that they're finding out that that deal is on shaky ground, right? Like it was built on lie, basically. That deal could just fall apart instantly, at which point the Tojo clan can just say, actually, we have no deal with the Ueno Seiwa clan. It's time to make a new deal. Which would kind of make the whole, house of cards fall down. But, yeah, let's see where it goes.
18人殺したね。
何がおかしいんじゃ。
あんたは何にも知らなかったのか。あの25年前の事件。お前は誰一人殺してない。
何言うとるんや。
俺なんだよ。18人殺したのは。お前は誰一人殺すことすらできなかった。ただの間抜けだ。
どういうことや。どういうことなんや、桂木。説明せえ。
まあそのことは後でゆっくり教えてやるよ。時間はたっぷりあるからな。
何する気や。
俺としたことがちょっと計画が狂ってしまってね。最初は警察とつるんでこの上に立ってるビルをいただくつもりだったんだが、予定を変更せざるを得なくなったんだよ。荒井って男のせいでね。
荒井やと。荒井って木戸の兄貴分。どういうことや。
まあ事情はゆっくり話すとして、あんたとあんたの妹さんにはまた協力してもらうよ。
妹やと。お前、安子をどうするつもりや。
おっと、まだそんな元気があるのか。安心しろ。あんたたちは今の俺たちの生命線だ。殺しはしないさ。あんたたちと例のファイル、それに有り余るほどの軍資金さえ手に入れれば宗像など用なしだ。どうだ、金の方は準備できたのか。
ええ。スカイファイナンスの隠し金庫にあった現金1000億。無事強奪に成功しました。
Is that Akiyama? Okay.
お前は。
It's Kido? Oh, never mind. What? Okay, so Kito's been working. We did think there was something weird going on in an earlier cutscene. That's Kito? And he's stolen the money from Sky Finance. Okay. Wow. So he knew about where Saejima was, so it's not an accident that he ran into Saejima. He was probably actively looking for him. He just lied. He's got a connection with Akiyama. And he's got the connection to... Yeah, he's got a connection to everyone, basically. Via, like, whether it's first degree or second degree.
お久しぶりです、冴島さん。
Hurry to New Serena? Majima-san said Yasuko-san's in danger. I have a bad feeling about this. Better get back to New Serena, make sure she's okay. Okay, what chapter am I in? I'm in chapter 3. Okay, we're not going to do sub-stories in chapter 3. That's fine. Okay, so everything's changed. So Kido's the person running everything now. Let me go to character profiles. Or at least he's the connection. So the next question was, so obviously Kido and Arai are not in it together. So Arai is working now for Munakata, so that's one side of things. On the other side of things, Kido is working directly for Katsuragi. Okay. So I'm trying to think of all this, like, I'm trying to think back to chapter 1. Kido was kind of downplaying the Ueno Seiwa stuff that was happening a little bit. But he was also trying to make sure that... I'm trying to remember, was it... Like, he was mentioning Arai a lot, and about Arai not being around, and Arai needing to be around to deal with this. So maybe he was there to make sure Arai did his job initially, but then when Arai turned to Munakata, Katsuragi then went straight to Kido. Kido then met Saejima. Okay. And he managed to steal Akiyama's money. Unless Akiyama is working with Kido, but that seems unlikely, because Akiyama just, quite frankly, doesn't seem like he's got the dog in him. He doesn't seem like he's that kind of person. He seems like he's quite happy doing what he's doing. So, Kido stole the money from them, gave it to Katsuragi. Trying to think of all the other connects. So we have Tanemura. I don't think Tanemura and Kido ever directly met, but Akiyama and Tanemura met. Okay. So I'm wondering whether Akiyama then goes... Okay. I can see the connection starting to happen. That was really something, huh? He must have been a pretty serious Yakuza. The patriarch of a family by the looks of it. You don't often see guys like that in public. I suppose those are the men who really control this town. Also the rain effect, you don't see it very often. It does look quite nice. I mean, obviously in motion it's not like fantastic. It's got a few glitches, but it's a nice effect that they've got on the town. I like the lights in it. It's very, very cool. Given you can kind of see the level of graphical fidelity they were working with. But they made a very effective effect. Yeah, it's neat. Anyway. Sorry. That was completely aside. I was just like looking at it. Also, this is my detective work. This is usually straight, and now it's at a curve. Does that mean that people are inside? Or have been inside? Yes. What the? Date-san. Oh no, Date. We will help you. Any moment now. I just need to have a look in the back room. Date. Date-san. Date-san. Ugh. Good. Looks like he's coming too. Date-san. Oh, Kiryu. What happened? Are you okay? I think so. Guess I just blacked out or something. You sure you're okay? And I suppose Katsuragi now has access to the florist's information in theory, or at least a lot of it, because he now controls the underground. My head's still fuzzy as all heck, but yeah, I'll be fine. Do you remember what happened? Well, you and I had that chat outside, then I came back in to keep Yasuko-san company while you were gone. Next thing I knew, I was waking up on the floor to you screaming. Oh wow, so it was that quick. It's just that we've been off doing other things, but obviously in the story, not the case, really. You don't remember anything else? Wait, now that you mention it, Yasuko-san poured us a couple of drinks when I stepped back in. Drinks? You think there's a chance she drugged you? Oh. Drugged him and then ditches Kiryu to go and find Taiga. Maybe somebody contacted her? Katsuragi, potentially? Don't rule out the possibility. They're still on the counter if you want to have a sip for yourself. I think I'll pass. Anyway, do you have any idea where Yasuko-san might have gone? Not a clue, sorry. Damn it. Look, I'm sorry. I was ready to throw down if some thugs barged in and tried to take her away, but I didn't think Yasuko-san herself would be the one fighting me. It's not your fault, Date-san. Maybe the welcome sign is always squint and I was like seeing into things too much. Guess I should probably get looking for her though. I'll be back. Wait, Kiryu, I'm coming too. No, I need you to stay here in case she comes back. This is probably the safest place in town at this point. Right. Well, good luck out there. Thanks, I'll be back soon. So, is Kiryu gonna try and see the florist in order to try and find her? That would connect Kiryu in fairly quickly. Find Yasuko. No way but forward. Gotta get to Yasuko-san fast. I guess I'll run over here, and then the phone will ring? I guess, unless I'm just meant to speak to people. How am I ever gonna survive the week if I don't get my hit of that sweet, sweet Megumi-chan? I'm so stressed I could die. So, not from there. Yeah, they were there before as well. Don't see anyone in that direction. Oh, I gotta assume it's this direction, right? Let's just make an assumption. It's gotta be over here. Oh, there we go. Wait, is that... Oh. My time frame is all messed up because, like, obviously we've done so much else, but Kiryu's literally ran over there, ran back here, and then ran back outside again. I left my laundry out, so it's probably soaked by now. What am I going to wear on my date tomorrow? People have bigger problems, lady. Anyway. There she is again. Okay. And she's going to keep going along here, I'm guessing. Where is she going? Where is she going? Just the middle of Theatre Square? What are we doing here? Damn it, looks like I lost her. There. Well, she ran into Theatre Square, then out the way that I thought she was going anyway. So she's obviously going to Purgatory. Yeah, like almost certainly. So she's going to go into the children's park and then down the thing. Look like she's heading towards children's park. Yes, okay. That's Tanimura and Akiyama? Better go take a look. Yeah, that is Tanimura and Akiyama that I saw there. And then they all went down here. Did Yasuko-san really go in here? Only one way to find out. So the question is, did Yasuko go with those two, or is Akiyama running after Kido with Tanimura? Oh no, she is definitely with them.
やばい。誰か追いかけてきたみたいだ。
ああ、一旦身を隠そう。
どうやらすぐそばまでやってきてるな。
ああ、上野の連中かもしれない。ここは俺らで食い止めるしかないだろうな。
ああ。
But Akiyama, established in like the second or third cutscene, knows who Kiryu is. So the moment Akiyama sees Kiryu, it should all clear up. I think.
Yasuko-san, あんたは先に行ってくれ。
え、行くってどこ
この奥さ。
奥？
ああ、実はこの下水道、サイの河原って言われる場所に繋がってる。
サイの河原？
あんたもカムロ町に住んでたんなら聞いたことくらいはあるだろう。あのホームレスのたまり場だった西公園の地下のことだよ。
どうしてそこへ？
数日前、そのサイの河原であんたの兄貴らしき人を見かけたって情報があってな。昔のホームレス仲間から聞いた。
今ならまだ間に合うかもしれない。追っ手の連中は俺らが食い止めておく。だから早く。これはもしものことがあったら使ってくれ。もしもの時のためだからね。
はい。
それじゃ
秋山さんも谷村さんも気をつけて。
ああ。
それじゃ
お前ら
上の清和会のやつか、それとも宗像の使いのやつか。
何を言ってるんだ。あの女をどこにやった。
リリちゃんならとっくに行っちゃったよ。
何？
おっと、ダメだよ。これ以上先には行かせないよ。
安子さんには指一本触れさせない。
さっきから何を言ってるんだ。俺はあの女を守る必要があるんだ。お前らに用はない。
守る？なんだそりゃ。誘拐するじゃないの？
それはお前らの方だろ。つべこべ言わずに道を開けろ。
と言ってますけど。どうするよ、谷村さん。
口では何とでも言えるさ。あるいが今は誰も信用できない。もし安子さんを追うっていうなら。
話し合う余地はなさそうだな。
ああ。
Oh, let's go. Kiryu versus Akiyama Tanimura?
説明は後回しだ。お前らは悪い奴には見えないが、少し痛い思いをしてもらうぜ。
言うね。
さあ、こっちはいつでもいいぜ。
覚悟はいいな。行くぞ。
Shun Akiyama Masayoshi Tanimura. Let's go. Now Tanimura is probably going to parry. He does that annoying stuff. Right. I'm just hoping they're not powered up to the level we left him at. That would be annoying. Okay. Yeah, he definitely does that parrying annoying thing. Right. Nice. Now it's Akiyama. Akiyama just dodges. It's very annoying. Wouldn't let me heat action there. Okay. Stay back. And just go for him. Nice. Oh, it would let me do a heat action. Oh, we mastered it on that one. Perfect. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Ooh. And feel the heat. Nice. Okay. Alright. Tanimura I hate that you grab people. Turn around. It's so annoying. The little pop. Nice. Got him. Okay. Ooh, nice parry from him. And got him. Little bit of overkill.
さあ、これで文句はないな。通させてもらうぜ。
くそ、何なんだあいつは。
It is crazy that Akiyama was like, I know who Kiryu is earlier. But somehow when he sees Kiryu in person, he's not like, that's Kiryu! It's exactly as he was described. But anyway, need to find Yasuko-san fast. Someone around here must have seen her. Okay, well I mean she's in purgatory, we don't... Okay. Whoa, Kiryu-san, never thought I'd run into you down here. Didn't even realize you were back in town. Do I know you? Much as you know any old homeless guy, I guess. I know you, though. Owe you a lot, in fact. You helped me out down in Purgatory before the Hills project kicked off. Then there was a whole snafu with the Dragon Palace. Oh, well, alright then. By the way, you're gonna need one of these puppies if you want to keep going. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Kiryu's like really well known in the homeless population, and Akiyama was a member of said homeless population. And this guy obviously proves, even if Kiryu hasn't, like, met them directly before, like, they kind of know who Kiryu is. But anyway. Manhole opener. Oh, thank you. This doohickey here will open any old manhole you come across. Though some guy came through earlier, pried the freaking thing open with his bare hands. Hardly believed my eyes. Alright. This way, I assume. I don't know why, but that lady was running like her life depended on it. Went right across this here bridge and hurried inside. Oh, thank you.
Hanaya. 来んのが遅いんだよ。桐生。
一体これどうなってんの？
安子さんは
連れて行かれちまったよ。
誰にだ？
桂木、それに木戸ってやつに。
くそ、どうなってんだよ。
Well, at least Kiryu has someone who can vouch for him now. Like, that's going to be a huge help. Chapter 4, Chain of Betrayal.
じっとしてろ。だが最近の刑事ってのはこんなに軟弱になっちまったのか。
しかしまさかこんなとこにあの大先輩がいるなんて思いもしませんでしたよ。ある意味ここ数日で一番の驚きです。
There's a non-zero chance as well that Date and Tanimura knew each other, or Date knew Tanimura's father, right? There's definitely a very much non-zero chance that they knew each other quite well.
何言ってんだ。元刑事が分野でクラブの手伝いしてちゃ悪いのか。
いや、ただこの数日間毎日が信じられないような出来事の連続で。
お、帰ってきた。どうだったんだ、お前さんの店の様子は。
はあ、ダメ。まんまとやられちゃってましたよ。ああ、せっかくコツコツ貯めた金だったのにな。これじゃあまた一からやり直しだっての。
やっぱり金盗まれてたのか。
ええ、きれいさっぱり。
いくらぐらいだ。
1000億。
はあ、1000億？本当なのか。
ああ、俺も最初は信じられなかったが、どうやら本当らしい。
どういうことなんですか、秋山さん。
うん、いやね、実は俺の店でっかい隠し金庫持っていてね、そこに入れておいた店の金が全部持っていかれちゃってたのよ。
誰に？
検察っていうか、多分木戸ちゃんに。
え？木戸って新井の兄弟分の
チースでん誰もいないか。
Is this the day when Hannah got attacked, maybe?
六法全書か。やっぱ秋山さん頭いいんだな。あ？なんだこりゃ。おいちょっとやべ、どうなってんだこれ。うわ
Or none of this was planned out and he just saw an opportunity? Oh, it is the day where she got attacked. Okay.
も
ただいま。ってあれ、もう社長またドア開けっぱなしなんだから。ああ、木戸さん、ごめんなさい。ちょっと買い物に行ってて。
あ、すいません。勝手にお邪魔してます。
You really think that's how it went down? Can't think of any other way. Me and Hannah-chan are the only two people who knew about the vault. Kato-chan's the only other possibility. What makes you say that? Well, it would certainly wrap things up all nice and neat. Everything would make sense. What do you mean? Not long after Hannah-chan saw him at the office, Kido-chan got hauled off by Hatsushiba clan boys who'd been working with the Shibata. Just walked in and spirited him away. Simple. Clean. Ah, it's not necessarily the same day, but not that far off. What's so strange about that? Everything. You'd understand if you'd seen what Kido-chan can do in a fight. Go on. Well, it's only been once. I've witnessed it myself, but the guy can mop the floor for anyone without even breaking a sweat. He's pretty coy about it, though. Prefers to keep all that under wraps. How come? It's better for the family that way. Most likely. Kanamura Enterprises, where Kido-chan and Arai-san work, is a tiny speck under the big Shibata umbrella. Now, your usual Yakuza outfit makes a living off of those dramatic displays of strength, but not Kanamura. Why not? Didn't want to stand out, especially with the rat race always tearing this town apart. Yes, that's just how he was. Makes sense. It's safer to lay low and just get on with your life than start bashing heads in. Yup. Kanamura couldn't even afford his dues to the Shibata. Came to me begging for a loan and everything. Expanding his turf and inviting competition was probably the last thing on his mind. I'm sure he was more than happy to keep his head down and let Kamurocho be Kamurocho. For sure. That's why Rai-san and Kido-chan were so careful not to make any waves. But yeah, Kido-chan's a monster. You think he let himself get kidnapped on purpose then? You bet I do. By the time I got back to the office that day, he was already gone. The place was more of a mess than usual thanks to the struggle. It was convincing, honestly. But one thing stood out to me. Which was what? The order my books were in. Your books? Yup. Kido-chan tossed a bunch of them around, probably to make it look like a fight went down. Cover his tracks, you know? But the ones that were still on the shelf weren't in the right spots for some reason. That's how I knew something was up. Hold on. Your office isn't exactly what I call organized, not by a long shot. Are you seriously telling me you know where every single book is supposed to be on your shelf? Every single one. Whoa. Long story short, my old pal Kido-chan pulled a fast one on me. What I really want to know is, who keeps 100 billion in cash just lying around in this day and age? Why not stash it in a bank? Because Akiyama doesn't like banks. Don't trust him. Besides, it's not like any of them pay decent interest anyway. That much physical money isn't exactly portable though. How did they get it all out? Ask the DA guys who raided my office yesterday. They're the ones who did it. You think they were imposters? Big time. Katsuragi must have sent them over once Kido-chan tipped him off. That would explain it. Okay, it's all lining up. Life's a cruel mistress sometimes. Sure, you get used to the cheating and the backstabbing and the lying in my line of work. But when it all smacks you in the face one after another, oof. You seem like you're taking it pretty well though. Most guys would go into total shock if they lost 100 grand, let alone 100 billion. I am in shock. This is me in shock. It's not that big of a deal, I know, but still. Not that big of a deal? I'll just make it all back again. But... And hey, the week has had its highlights. Oh yeah? I met you for one, Kiryu-san. Is that really so special? You're my freaking hero, man. You saved my life. I did. I think I'd remember that. Just listen, you know when the Millennium Tower blew up 5 years ago? When all that cash rained down on the city? Kiryu thinking, when his brother got blown up? That day changed my life. I grabbed as much as I could, cleaned myself up, went from homeless bum to this in practically no time flat. If not for you, I'd still be out on the streets, digging through trash just to keep myself alive. That's the money you built your business on, huh? Yep. Though now that I think about it, that 10 billion was probably the same cash my bank duped me into laundering for them before they had me take the fall. Oh, I hadn't connected that that's the reason he got let go from the bank as well. Oh wow, so it does all connect into each other. The 10 billion Jingu diverted to the Tojo clan. So yeah, this all feels kinda personal somehow. If this stuff going down now is linked to that 10 billion, consider me there. I don't know about you guys, but this is starting to feel like fate to me. Almost like we're all destined to end up here. Fate. You might just be right.
で、これからどうするんだ、お前ら。冴島と安子を取り戻すつもりなのか。
ああ、それしかないだろうな。
だがどうすればいいんだ。金はすでに葛城の元にある。やはり奴らの居場所を探して直接攻め込むしかないのか。
いや、策はある。
ん？
おい、キリュウ、これって何なんだ？
動かぬ証拠というやつだ。おそらく宗像も葛城もこのファイルの行方を追いかけている。これを使えば奴らと取引できるはずだ。
How'd you end up with this thing, Kiryu? Mizaki gave it to me down in Okinawa. It's a document showing the creation of Penitentiary Number 2 and the expected flow of money into the place. Will you look at that? It's got names, amounts, everything. Yeah, it says right here that the 10 billion yen that got transferred from the Tojo to Kyohei Jingu back in 2005 was meant to get passed on to the Metropolitan Police. That's the incident you were wrapped up in, right, Kiryu-san? Right. That missing cash nearly tore the clan apart, and the guy behind it all was a man named Kyohei Jingu, Haruka's father. But there's more. There are notes on here detailing a police plan to release inmates from Penitentiary Number 2 and create artificial crime, all to make the police look good. That's one hell of a scoop. No wonder they're so desperate to get it back. If this goes public, all the dirty laundry will be out in the open. So what's your next move? We tried to cut a deal with Katsuragi. I just need to figure out how to get in touch with him. I can help you with that. He and I have talked on the phone before. If you call from my cell, I'm sure he'll answer. Mind if I borrow your phone then? Go right ahead. I just saw another key. Not important.
葛城か。
谷村じゃないのか。
俺は桐生ってものだ。今訳あって谷村の電話を借りてお前に電話している。
桐生、まさかあの 4代目の桐生一馬さんですか？
そうだ。
これは驚きです。それで私に何か用でも？
冴島大河と安子のことだ。
さあ、何の話だか。
とぼけるな。お前が西の河原から連れ去ったということは分かってるんだ。
それがどうした？
お前と取引がしたい。お前が今一番欲しがっているはずのものが今俺の手元にある。冴島が浜崎と脱獄した際手に入れた例のファイルだ。お前が手に入れたいものというのはこれなんじゃないのか。違うというのなら構わない。この話は忘れてくれ。それじゃ。
待て。どうしてお前がそのファイルを持ってる？
受け取った。沖縄で浜崎から直接な。
そのことを知っているのは？
俺と浜崎。あとは今俺の周りにいる人間だけだ。
宗像は知らないんだろうな。
宗像？
副総監の宗像だ。
ああ、知らないはずだ。
わかった。いいだろう。取引の内容は？
冴島大河と安子の身柄、あと木戸が奪ったスカイファイナンスの金1000億だ。
伝説の極道ってのも交渉事は不得意のようだな。そんな取引じゃ俺は動かない。交渉ってのは心理戦だ。わざと相手に有利な条件を提示することで相手の興味を引き出す。そういうもんだろう。
ならどうすればいいんだ？
そうだな。わかった、こうしよう。今日の取引、お前一人で来い。
一人？
そうだ、一人だ。しかもお前にはボロボロの状態で取引に来てもらう。
どういうことだ？
ちょっとした余興をやってもらうってことだよ。あんたの好きな殴り合いってやつをね。
何？
取引の場所はカムロ町ヒルズの屋上にしよう。俺は冴島と妹、さらに1000億を用意してその屋上で待つ。あんたには屋上にたどり着くまで上の清和会の人間を全て倒してから来てもらう。
なんだと？
あんたが屋上にたどり着けるか、それとも先に死んでしまうか。俺としてはどっちでもいい。これなら俺に有利な条件だ。
もし俺が屋上までたどり着いたら
その時はちゃんと取引させてもらうよ。ただ、たとえそうなってもあんたにはもう俺を殺す余力は残ってないはずだ。それなら俺も安心だ。分かってくれよ、桐生さん。俺もさ、長生きしたいんだよ。あんたや冴島みたいな化け物2人も相手してちゃ命がいくらあっても足りない。世の中には錦山や郷田隆二みたいな今まであんたが相手にしてきた男気あふれる極道じゃない人間もいるんだよ。さあ、どうする？
わかった。行こう。何時に行けばいい？
夜22時だ。俺も死体じゃない生きたあんたに会えることを楽しみに待ってるよ。それじゃ。
What's the deal, Kiryu? Sound like you came to some kind of agreement. Well, it kind of sounds like he would like to set up a finale for the game, and he'd like it to be at the same location as the end of the second game. And hopefully they built it a little bit more in the 2 years since then. 2 years? I think it's 2 years, might be 3 years. Anyway. Yeah, I'm meeting with him. Or I'm meeting with the file on the roof of Camarocho Hills. Tonight at 10, alone. Alone? But that's insane. You're not actually going through with that baloney, are you? I have to, that's part of the deal. Sounds like I'll be fighting through the entire Ueno-Sewa clan to get up there, too. Guy doesn't take any chances once it gets down to business, huh? You sure you still want to go? I'm sure there's no other way. You say that, but... Let him go if he wants to go. Besides, I don't think anything we say is going to change his mind. Isn't that right, Kiryu-san? Right. A deal's a deal. Well, I should probably get going. Be careful out there, Kiryu. I will. Okay, well I'm gonna save the game, and then it says that the story is gonna advance the moment I exit that door, so I'm definitely gonna do that. Stats. Still only at 36% completion. Right. Let's head out then. Head to Kamurocho Hills. Oh, okay. Kiryu, you're on your way to Kamurocho Hills. Why am I not surprised that you know that? Aha, it's all part of the job. Anyway, I know you already know this, but you can get to Kamurocho Hills via the bathroom in West Park. Doubt you'll forget that anytime soon. Yeah, thanks, Florist. No jazz music? Okay. I mean, that kind of feels like an end of the game type thing that's being suggested here. And we have access to a ton of stuff now. We don't have access to a ton of money, but there are ways for us to earn money now. We can now take part in, in some of the tournaments. Yeah, let's take that one. And then, Essence of Hurling. Show an enemy grabbing you to keep their hands to themselves by pile driving them. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Then we'll keep one so we can get a level 4. Okay, what happens if I go back in here? Nothing, they're just here. Yeah, this very much feels like an end of the game type scenario, because this is where we've previously had the end of a game. However, I do know something about Yakuza games, and that's that the end of the game is generally a twist. No matter what it is, there'll be a twist. They love twists. Twists are some of their favorite things to do. So I would expect that there's going to be a twist in this one as well. But for now, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.